So the reasons these negative people, problem people, for negative people continue to behave in a negative fashion, I just want to note too that for negative, it's just a structure. I'm not name calling anybody. I'm just saying this is a structure, a particular behavior, and it's openly seen, and you can see exactly the way it works. It's like showing you how a clock works, showing you how a broken clock works, and then showing you how a good clock, a working clock. So I've got to show you the broken clock first, and some of it's maybe kind of hurtful, but it's only for you to realize that a lot of the stuff that you're doing is only leading to death. Either you, your own family, and everyone else around you. That's all it's doing. It's leading to destruction. And then when you see the good clock, you can then say, because I'm going to show you the schematics of everything, and then you can walk the walk, talk the talk, and therefore create a euphoria within yourself and others as you gain the knowledge. The reasons negative people continue to behave in a negative fashion is due to the fact that there are people in key places who use this reverse policy. It is like a parent of two children who punishes the good child and then rewards the bad child in order to get them to both feel negative. Then the negative child will stay negative because he's getting rewarded, and then the positive child will be angry because he is overlooked, which in turn is making one child negative due to the conditioning that he has one parent who's controlling them both by using the same negatives. So he's rewarding the bad and punishing the good. And so this continues this grooming of negative, which is helping their system, which is helping the system to destroy individually or on massive levels over time. All right, next is number 5, fear. Fear is an unpleasant and often strong emotion to flee that is caused by an anticipation of pain, displeasure, or impending danger. Fear is an emotion, period. That does not mean that you will have any pain or that anything bad will befall you. It just means that you believe something may happen or that someone is projecting negative energy. And also fear can be projected by you not knowing what's going on, which can be eradicated once you understand exactly how fear is projected. Your beliefs can arouse any feelings in any given situation. It does not have to be true. So in any given situation, your beliefs can bring about your emotion. As with all your emotions that can be projected upon you. So the energy is projected upon you and you feel that emotion, or you can bring that upon yourself by your understanding or not understanding the situation. You can choose to think in a certain way, and the way you think will bring forth certain emotions, such as thinking about someone you like physically. You'll be like, oh, I like that person, like really like, and then you may get sexually aroused just by looking at them. You're thinking that and you're focusing on it, and then that's going to draw your emotion, and then it's going to draw it to your physical emotion, which has a physical outcome from the belief, from the source. So you can choose to think in a certain way and think about certain emotions, such as thinking about someone physically. Okay, you get aroused, and then you think that you might hit the lottery. It may put a real large smile on your face. You'll be like, just thinking about, I'm going to hit the lottery. I'm just thinking about it. You'll be like, I'm going to buy this, and then all of a sudden you start feeling giddy and happy. Although you don't have any money in your pocket, but you're happy. You just thought that you might have hit the lottery, and the things that you could have done with it. So you can willfully choose how to feel by directing your thoughts, creating your feelings using your imagination. Although one can argue that your imagination seems real to you, but the key word, it seems, and is not real. Although you could use your imagination as a blueprint to create a reality, such as others can project fear on you by using your imagination against you. You could use your imagination to create beliefs that would make you courageous and fearless in the midst of danger. You can be like, oh no, I'm this and this, and I'm going to go out there and and you'll be courageous. And you can feel fear because you're bringing it about upon yourself. You can also feel fear if someone is projecting upon you. And by understanding it, you can challenge, and knowing and understanding why you're feeling fear, you can overcome it. So once you understand that the relation between fear and pain, and that pain has a plateau, and so does fear. And you can only fear but so much. There's only so much fear you can feel until you can be like, you can either kowtow to it or you can overcome it. So if you're feeling that fear and it's just going to come on you, and there's a level of fear. There's a little bit of fear and there's a lot of fear. But once you understood a lot of fear, and this is the problem that negative people have with positive people, is that they would just keep pounding you with fear until it becomes like a regular feeling. So therefore, fear is no longer, they can no longer use fear against you. There's only death and life, but the death they give you is their own death, and the life and what the death you sacrifice is going to give you life. And it is all apparent in this world by the very structure. So you go into a realm of strength and power by understanding this. Then there is the secret gift that comes in, and fear is a pleasant and often strong emotion caused by the anticipation of pain and awareness of danger. So the secret gift is also known as the Holy Spirit. We're going to go deeper into that again a little later. Everything is in little pieces because you got to understand one section before I get to the next section, and then they're all coexisted. They all link to one another, just like your finger is linked to your hand, and your hand is linked to your body, and your body and your brain, and everything is all linked together in the world, the web of life. And you see everything is this beautiful orchestrated circle. And so you need the knowledge, and these knowledge has been held secretive. Whatever you're getting is all a lie. The real knowledge is what's never been exposed. And even what I'm saying now, a lot of people are very afraid of. I'm talking about life and death afraid, just for you to even hear this. And then the more that goes on, and the more it goes on, eventually, inshallah, we will defeat all fear. And again, that's another story. But let's get back to this fear as a legitimate and natural occurrence. And it may be brought upon by others or by yourself, or overcome by continuously challenging it. In other words, know that it is not the emotion of fear that directs your actions, but love and flowing from that direction that gives you the true power, because true power isn't love. Hate only has fear and weakness. That's what's at the back of fear, is weakness. Like a shriveled old guy, like Darth Vader when he took off the mask. He seemed so powerful. When he took off the mask, he was just a feeble old man. And that's what you find, or like the Wizard of Oz. What you believe about anything in particular will make you be able to overcome something, or anything, as in fear, pain, and death. Your beliefs will directly affect whether you fear something or how you project energy, and could also affect you in fear. But it is your beliefs that could either empower you or weaken you. And that's simply by knowing or understanding. And that's by having that knowledge. So somewhere along the line, wisdom has got to come in and say, hey, this is how we roll, and this is how you go. This is the way to supreme understanding. This is the only way. There's no other way. You can try to make another way, but in the end, power, in order to attain power, you must follow power. If you follow weakness, you're going to be weak. And some people think they're strong by following weakness, but so they go around slapping everybody. And it's only a matter of time, either here or another, or whether you admit it or not, is this sort of negative hate and disregard for others and apathy and thinking you're superior and projecting all this negativity. It's only a matter of time before you show exactly how weak you are. It's only a matter of time before you get checked. Sometimes you can do that without even saying a word, and they know. There's some sort of instinction that you'll know, so you don't have to say nothing. I know guys that they don't even have to raise their voice, and they'll never raise their voice. And what you feel is a lash of their steel before you hear their voice. So I'm not gonna say who the person is, but don't go around slapping people or hurting people if you don't expect to get checked. Anytime, anywhere, you never know. It's like money in the bank. It's guaranteed. It's only a matter of time of when and where. They'll say, "Oh, well, this person died without getting their comeuppance." No. They always had their comeuppance while they was getting up there. They never had any loyalty or loyal fan within them. Matter of fact, some people when that person died, they were happy that person died, and some people go around beating them down while they're dead. And there's some people that'll let you abuse them, but see, every day you're getting older. No matter how big and bad you are, you see all these stories about Nebuchadnezzar or whoever in the Bible. They're all big and bad, and little by little they're getting older, weaker. The good people, that's something different, because people weep when they're saddened. But with some people, they'll wait till you get older and you have that less power. Sometimes by your own family take care of you and say, okay, I got his job now, and your own family did that. And then say, okay, we didn't do it, something happened. He died of natural causes. But that's how they roll. So you never ever was trusting of anyone and only fearful that you're going to lose your position. And you had technically never had that position. You're only in there through death and only going to stay there through death. And again, what you're living is your outcome. So we're continuously projecting these energies. So someone is constantly threatening you and getting you to think ahead. So that could be also alluding to fear. So they ask you questions of ahead to try to get you to think in terms of anticipating something bad. So, and also there's fortune telling. It's people who are telling you, projecting future, like the fact is real, but the truth is that the only thing that exists is the present. The future is used to reference time, but it's nothing more than a point in time that is used for planning. It never exists. It's only for planning the future. The truth is that we live in the present, and there is no escaping the present. It's this ongoing, like flashing. You're in the present. You're in the present. It's like a quantum physics. Fear is a feeling that you can attain by either someone else instigating it on you or you instigating it on yourself. And again, getting back to that story, what I was saying is that some people, that when you get older, there was this one woman that was afraid to death of her husband. And he would put it on her every day for like 48 years, making her afraid for her life and her children every day. And then one day she seen her husband was sick and in the bed, and she went to town on him, and what she did to him was payback for all those 48 years of marriage. She let him have it every which way but loose. He looked like a special on a butcher scene by the time she was done with him. She just, because he probably told her all kinds of stuff. I'll kill you, I'll do this. She was patiently buying her time. But something in her at the last minute, she just snapped and just let him have it for all those years. But he was a ruthless guy. Everybody knew who he was. He was just mean. People were afraid. Some people walk around with hate so much that the only energy you feel around them is fear. And so she let him have it. But there's lots of stories like that. That's the way they roll. That's how they get into that. But it goes deeper, and there's lots of stories like that. But anyway, I digress because I'm getting off topic. So fear is a feeling that you contain by either someone else or yourself, your understanding. Again, it's with the knowledge. And if you don't have the knowledge, the only way to get it is by wisdom, and that is from the source you abide by. Some people may try to instigate fear onto you as someone running in your direction as though they were going to attack you. But it's nothing more than a ploy. They're just trying to get you to feel fear. So they would imitate fearful behaviors or attacking behaviors to get you to perceive fear as opposed to a real fear. They just want you to imagine it. They're trying to crack your mind or crack your peace of mind. But you can see how a person is subliminally trying to instigate fear upon you. There are different types of threats. One can project an attempt to get you to fear as in obvious threats or subtle threats. If threats should happen, believe that you can handle the worst that can happen. So do not be afraid of what they say. Many times they attack you because you are in the energy of fear. But if you can handle anything and you believe you can handle, and that's through positive conditioning. So you learn and you grow through having knowledge that you can overcome fear. You can handle that situation. You can overcome that. The mere fact that you believe it will get you out of that state of fear. And if you are threatened, you may choose to tell an individual to do what's, like if they say, I'm going to kick you or whatever, or I'm going to kill, you just tell them honestly, so, look, do what you think is right. Automatically, that sort of confuses them. Therefore, leaving the ball in their court as to say that what they are saying or doing, or what they, giving them a chance to correct themselves, to look within themselves through that sort of line of questioning. Some people will answer, and some people think about it. It's regardless of the answer. We just make a statement, question, or a question statement. It doesn't really require an answer. So you just ask them, do what you feel is right. But just let them know that's not how that's not how you roll. So you sort of put the ball in their court to at least to gain further understanding through a question or through a movement. Sometimes you don't have to say anything. Just the fact that you can show that you have your control of self is superior to their control, for their control of their uncontrol would put them off. Even animals are understanding of this. That when a bear comes up to you and you're not afraid, and you don't run, you don't fight, and you don't fight or flight, you don't run or attack them, but you stand your ground with all due courage and resist fear. And sometimes the bear or the animal or the lion will become afraid, then they'll run. But it goes deeper than that, but I digress. So you can ask them the question. Your objective can be to choose to do the right action with the right motives, and the right sequences will come about with the right circumstance, right outcome, regardless